Well, pleasure to welcome you here today on behalf of the Epping Forest Sunflower Group to the Grange Farm Centre to experience and celebrate the culmination of the 12-month Life Force Climate Project and a magazine launch. That's very exciting, isn't it? Yeah. It's not often you get invited to a magazine launch party in Epping Forest. So more on that in just a bit. But we're here today to celebrate the launch of the first edition of Life Force magazine, a printed publication that tells the story, or at least the first exciting chapter, of the Epping Forest Sunflower Group's climate project. For those who may not be familiar with the group's history, the Epping Forest Sunflower Group, formerly Chigwell Disabled Group, was set up as a charity to support physically disabled members back in 1999. For many years, the group has met on a Friday, providing a range of sociable activities, trips and carer respite, previously from Loughton Methodist Church, and more recently, since the pandemic reopening, from here at Grange Farm Centre. Like many community groups, the Epping Forest Sunflower Group found itself at a bit of a crossroads during the pandemic. A close-knit core group of members and carers continued to find ways to meet and stay in touch, and the group formally co-opted and merged with a community interest company called A Vision of Britain, run by John here and Ray. Many of us will be familiar with the long history of their work around digital art, media, craft activities across the district. Indeed. The Sunflower Group was able to draw down local community funding from the Let's Get Connected programme, an initiative set up during the pandemic to improve social connectedness and physical and mental well-being of communities that were most impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. And we're really delighted to welcome and thank the programme commissioner, Jack Woolley, where is she? Who's here with us today. From here, the Life Force Climate Change Project was born. A 12-month journey programme of inclusive sensory walks, collaborative arts activities, and intergenerational, cross-community, group-filmed interviews that centred around the joint key themes and outcomes of climate change and mental health. The project has not just involved the members of the Sunflower Group, it's reached out and involved participants from Chigwell School, Voluntary Action Epping Forest ACE activities groups, the Waltham Abbey Men's Shed Project, and the wider members of the public who have engaged with the activity programme, in part with the help and input of Mirka here, through the Everyone Active Community Connecting programme. As an observer, one of the things that's impressed me the most about the Life Force project this year has been its capacity to bring people and groups together using the mediums and experiences of art, digital media and outdoors nature to collectively both explore and address climate change and mental health. As a local community or civic society, we're probably not yet able to develop all of the cultural and educational projects, networks and organised responses that we need to equip us to manage the challenges of both climate change and mental health. Through reading the Life Force magazine, watching the short project video, looking around all of the displayed artwork and talking to some of the Sunflower Group members that are here today, I'm sure like me you'll be equally impressed and recognise the value and outcomes of the pioneering Life Force Climate Change project over its first year. I know from speaking to Sunflower Group members and the committee that they have big ideas to grow and deepen the work around climate change and well-being, including a live music event next year and more arts and outdoor activities with wider collaborative community participation. And I hope that everyone here today is able to find a way to show some support and get involved with the Life Force project as it moves forward. In particular, I'd like to mention two people, Chloe and John Price. Chloe isn't here today, she's at college, but she is a very talented young editor of the Life Force magazine. She's been mainly involved with organising the event today while studying media design and public relations at Harlow College. John over here, who I think everybody knows, has overseen the Life Force Climate Project, involving many contributing groups, partners, community members in the first year of its programme activity. He's captured and edited hours of project video footage. And can we just take a moment perhaps to recognise the work, vision and achievement of both Chloe and John?
Yeah.
Finally, from me, on behalf of the Sunflower Group, I'd like to personally thank Rob, Trevor and the Grange Farm Trust. Epping Forest groups and residents are hugely fortunate not just to have such a wonderful hosting facility and ground such as this, but to have such a generously supportive and community-minded trust organisation which makes the activities of the Sunflower Group and the ACE activities projects really possible. So can we give Grange Farm Trust a big round of applause? I know Trevor's got a few words to say and will tell us a little bit about the work of the Grange Farm Trust in just a minute, but before he does, I'd like to welcome local councillor and friend of the Sunflower Project, Stephen Murray, to also say a few words.
Good morning. It's absolutely fantastic to be here today. As Nick was saying, I'm a local councillor, Stephen Murray, but I've known Ray for longer than Ray probably wanted to know me. No, we go back, what, 40 years, Ray? Easily. So it's really, really good to be here. And what a wonderful theme for an exhibition, Life Force, the Climate Project. And I think the organisers have got two things absolutely right. They've got the timing of the exhibition right, because it's on our agenda, isn't it, and what's going on in Egypt at the moment with COP22. And what better location than this? You've got Chigwell Meadows over there, which Trevor might be saying something about later. And then just down the road, you've got the Roding Valley Nature Reserve Meadows, which I am on the management committee of, so know quite a lot about. So it's a wonderful location for this kind of exhibition, and it's exactly the right timing. So thank you for that, organisers of today. Before I hand over to Trevor, I also want to recognise the organisations that have been behind this. I know they've been thanked once already, but I think they can be thanked again. Obviously the Sunflower Group. I mean, the work that you do is marvellous. I mean, I've seen the work when you were based at Loughton Methodist Church, because that happens to be the family church where we've worshipped for over 60 years, so I often popped in and saw what was going on. Can't remember what day of the week it was now. Fridays, and that's wonderful. You've now got a new base here, and I was blown away by the community open day garden event on the other side of the field in August, was that right? Yeah. That was absolutely fantastic, so well done the Sunflower Group. ACE activities have been mentioned. I'm a teacher by trade, so I was really pleased to hear about the involvement of Chigwell students. And am I right in thinking that some Chigwell students' work is involved in here? Yep. So I'll be looking at that as well, really pleased. VAEF have been mentioned, and Nick mentioned Grange Farm Trust. And from a local perspective, someone living in Loughton and representing Loughton Ward, but I think it's across the district, we are incredibly grateful to the Grange Farm Trust and everything they do. And I think it's absolutely wonderful and exactly the right order to have the chairman of the Grange Farm Trust, who I'm going to hand over to now, to finish this part of our proceedings.
Well, follow those two. Believe it or not, nothing to do with climate change, it was more to do with football. Nick and I played for years in Epping Sports Centre. I was the goalkeeper, he was a fairly tricky forward, and I think he did score a couple of goals against me. But there we are.
I think he was a good left winger as well.
But in a way, I feel very humble standing here today. On behalf of the trustees, I could not think of something better that the trust could be associated with than the work with VAEF and Sunflower Group. To walk in here this morning and see all this absolutely knocked me over. And to all you that participated in this scheme, not only have you enjoyed it, I'm sure you're absolutely delighted when you see the result of all your hard work. And I would say a thank you to Nick, a thank you to Stephen, but I would say a thank you to all of you for all the work that you've done. You all deserve a big clap. Now, of course, we have to be environmentally friendly here, and we are. I mean, obviously a new building, properly insulated. We have sedum roofs which help to keep the heat in. We have a ground source heat pump. Now, how can a ground source heat pump get heat from out on the playing fields, come in here to generate our electricity? You know, unbelievable. The technology which is so needed is actually here on site in Grange Farm. And our wonderful manager, standing very quiet, yes, we're looking on further solar projects to enhance our contribution to climate change.
I mean, John,
That's right, yeah. But, I mean, I'm talking about here. The environment is out there, and you can see what we're doing. Go down Chigwell Meadows, the way we're looking after the environment here. We want the butterflies, we want the worms, we want all those little bits and pieces which help to create a fantastic environment. So, on behalf of the trustees, all of you, Nick, Stephen, everybody here, thank you so much for coming. Enjoy yourself, and we look forward to seeing you for many years to come. Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Nick said I've got to say a few words. I'm not very good at speaking, as the group know. I'd just like to thank everyone that's had connections with us and helping us, and especially the cake making and the tea and coffee ladies. So just thank you all for coming today. I can't say any more, but Grange Farm has been brilliant for us, I must say. So we thoroughly enjoy it here. So thank you all. Well done. Do you want to say something, Ray? He's always got something to say.
I think we said everything anyway. No, I'm just pleased that we turned out a good art exhibition, and obviously we used recyclable material, which was the aim of the project, and everyone participated, everyone done their job, and you can see it.
Yes,
so I think we should, give them a clap.
Thank you for all your hard work.
That's all right.
Just finally, for anyone who's able to stick around, I think we've got a bit of a live music performance from Ace Activities at 1:30, haven't we? We would love people to purchase a copy of the magazine for £5. There's lots of craft stalls and things that people have put a lot of time and work into to sell some bits upstairs. So do spend your money and do hang around for as long as you possibly can today.
Brilliant.
Thanks everybody.
Thank you.